one of the fun things that we're doing on Fade to Black is we are live mixing in Fairlight as we're cutting in the edit page. And sometimes, and it's impossible to avoid when you're moving big chunks of sequences around. You know, the keyframes can get kind of wonky, and you got to go in and clean them up. And so, I think at the beginning we were kind of trying to come up with the right sauce, like balancing power with speed, and then when you do the edits, you know, fixing everything. And it's gotten to the point where it's, yeah, you could, what you're doing, maybe you're bringing in a version of a scene.
Here I am at NAB,
ago,
watching a presentation about DaVinci Resolve.
But the things that, the AI tools that do so much heavy lifting for you, like
now he's
voice
talking about
isolation
AI.
and the dialogue leveling that you can put on the dialogue tracks, means that you turn that on and you can pretty much press play and have it sound good. So it's like, where on other shows I would spend a day or half a day or more just balancing dialogue on a assembly cut of a scene, so that this clip where the mic was really close matched the level of where the mic was really far away. And as you're cutting between those things, make these tools get you there automatically, and then that goes away, so you can just get back to focusing on how's the scene playing.
It's not to say that those tools don't definitely exist on previous shows. The thing that's, to me, that surprised me the most, Resolve, is with audio, is the lack of rendering. Like, it's just blown me away. Maybe we should play the next clip and I'll talk through it, because this is me discovering something called bus sends. Yeah. So on Fade to Black, it's about a guy losing his mind and becoming a serial killer.
What's going on with you?
Talking about Fade to Black.
This is a lot more sophisticated and potentially useful. So what I've learned is there's something called bus send. So these outputs, obviously the outputs were going to a thing, and then the DX was going into reality and headspace. And now I've rerouted everything to become much more like what it was normal, which is the DX is now going to just main and stereo. So it's just more of a traditional, instead of having this other layer of reality versus headspace, everything's going to, like, just there's only one layer. Here's the bus, here's the output. So what this means is our send right here is what it looks like. Here's the DX send. So you can see there's DX verb, pitch, muffle, futz. On, off, easy. The send level is how much of it is are you sending. And this is in addition to. So if I have dialogue up here,
earlier today, the LAPD announced.
So this means it's sending a slight amount of futz, and then the fader is at down here. Here's the magic thing that I discovered. So normally when I look at everything in faders, right? So let's just do select all and do fader level. So this is the faders on everything. And you'll notice that I put her a little bit lower because I wanted less of the real dialogue unaltered. Now, if you notice in bus send 1, there's muffle and pitch, something called it's called pre. This is the cool part. It means it is sending the signal pre-automation of that clip in the track. It is in this chain applying track effects, it is applying a de-esser, it is applying the dynamic compressor, it is applying the EQ, and then it is sending the signal. After that is panning and fading in the automation. Meaning, if I turn this off and I lower this, the thing that comes out of the futz channel is also going to lower. But if pre is turned on, I can lower this.
Earlier today, the LAPD announced the arrest of a Russell Connor Chapman in connection to the suspicion.
So, if I turn pre off,
PD announced the arrest of a Russell Connor Chapman.
it's gone. Right? Does that make sense? So it's basically sending the signal pre-automation.
This is being sent to the assistant. this whole
I can
tutorial.
switch this to sends, FUTs. This is the only annoying part. It's literally the only annoying part. Send up. That's how we access the automation of what we are sending to any bus.
Yeah, he sent that thing on.
Yeah. I was sending that to the assistant to be like, this is how we're going to work now, because this is awesome.